I drafted my own pattern from craftpassion.com, and here I've cut out my two main pieces and my two liner pieces, and you'll notice that the liner pieces are shorter, and that's to make room for the filter pocket area. So the first step is to hem or to serge the seams on both of them, including the straight edges on the liner pocket. And then you want to flip the serged seams out and fit them together with the liner inside of the main fabric, and line up the serged seams so that they're centered, and serge the top seam of the mask, and then serge the bottom seam. And then the time is for the wire on the nose, and I don't make a pocket for it or anything. I just zigzag it with my regular machine onto the seam of the mask, and that's how it should look when it's done. And you'll notice that I zigzag back and forth over the end of the wire to make it more comfortable. Then you want to turn it back or right side out and fiddle with the seam so that it's all lined up nicely and looks like a mask. And you'll notice that the edges of the serged seams have folded over a bit, and I like to secure them. So I will just fold them over with my fingers and secure that edge. So it should look like that when you're finished, and then none of those edges will poke out later. Then I just fold it over. I don't iron it or anything, and I use my sewing machine to sew that channel for the elastic, and there you have a mask. And then I cut 20 inches of elastic and put it through with a safety pin. And I also just sew the edges of the elastic together with my serger, and I leave the edges nice and long, the threads nice and long, and then I will just tie a knot. So you can see there's a little knot, and I cut the threads as short as I can, and then the mask is done. So it's pretty simple. With the serger, you don't have to iron or press or hem any of these edges. You just zip it through the serger and it's quick and done. And the nose piece is hidden inside of the seam, and the whole mask is pretty tidy. Looks good even though there's no top stitching or anything. I'm a pretty lazy sewer, so I like to make things simple, and it goes on pretty well. I like to have the top elastic pretty high on my head, and the bottom elastic I keep low on my neck under my hair. So the tension of the elastic can be changed however it makes you comfortable, and I like to extend the mask beside my ears to get the best coverage, despite curls sometimes being in the way. And then just adjust it so that it's comfortable. You can make it tighter or looser depending where you put the elastic on your head. I like to put it high. Press the wire down on your nose, and then it is good to go.